Jeffrey Brian Castenada was born in the small town of Needles, California, on February 28, 1975. He was born at 9 in the morning and weighed 7 pounds and 6 ounces. His parents were Cisco and Sandy Castenada, and he would be brought home to his 3-year-old brother Kenny. Even as a baby, Jeff proved to be very mischievous and was always found with a smile on his face. This behavior would not change as he grew older, always finding new ways to get in trouble and cause mischief. Exactly 7 months after his 3rd birthday, Jeff would become an older brother to his baby sister Deandra. Despite being 3 years apart, the two would quickly become inseparable. As children, they bonded over their love for video games, as they took turns playing games like Super Mario Bros. 3 and Kid Icarus on the NES. Their bond was always of a playful nature, Jeff teasing his little sister and referring to her as Weed, as he once overheard his father saying that she was growing like a weed. Whenever they weren't playing video games, Jeff and his sister would join their family at the river. It was here that Jeff realized his knack for water sports, becoming a highly praised member of the swimming club and attending a water skiing camp in middle school. This love for sports would go beyond the water's edge, as Jeff would become a member of the All-Stars Little League, which his father was an assistant coach for, and would play football during his time in high school. Growing up in a small town, Jeff was a very active member of his community, as his antics were often recorded by the local newspaper. He was a high-ranking Cub Scout and would participate in the yearly kitty parades, Jeff and his sister once winning a 3rd place for their float, Big Step for Mankind, in which he was an astronaut and Deandra a pilgrim. Despite his rambunctiousness, he was loved by all those who met him and could make friends wherever he went. This included Jimmy Mills, who would remain his best friend all throughout his life. Although he would occasionally get into trouble, Jeff proved to be an exceptional student, as he would be placed on the honor roll in high school, while serving as delivery man for a restaurant known as the Mud Shark. During this time, Jeff would own a mini pickup truck with speakers that he personally installed, him and his friends often blaring rap songs like Baby Got Back as they drove. In addition to his academic success, Jeff was very popular in high school and left a lasting impression on all those who were fortunate enough to have known him. He would graduate from Needles High School in 1993, his senior quote being, "To appreciate nonsense requires a serious interest in life," by famed poet and humorist Gillette Burgess. Shortly after graduation, Jeff would move to McCollensburg, Pennsylvania, to work for his girlfriend's father while she attended college. His little sister would eventually come live with him shortly after graduating high school, helping him to operate a pizzeria he had opened called Murano Subs. Once his little sister decided to move back home, Jeff decided to take his business to San Diego, where he owned a coffee shop called The Dated Grind, their specialty being a roast beef sandwich with chips and a soda. Despite being miles apart, the two would remain extremely close, as they always found time to visit one another. Shortly after moving, Deandra would discover that she was pregnant and decided to pursue a degree in nursing. Her brother offered his support during this time and helped her in any ways he could, attending both her wedding and graduation. At exactly 20 years of age, Deandra would give birth to her daughter Darian, who had quickly become attached to her Uncle Jeff. Though they didn't get to spend much time together, the holidays were always the highlight of the year, as it meant Uncle Jeff was coming to visit. These visits involved splashing around the pool, taking a trip to the park, or driving around the desert. Regardless, Jeff always knew how to have fun. Jeff would eventually move to McKinney, Texas, where he would sadly pass away on September 23, 2016. His ashes would be scattered in several locations across the globe, including the Colorado River, where he spent his summers as a child. To describe the impact Jeff had on this world would be too great of a task to accomplish in just a few words, as his kindness and generosity continue to have a ripple effect on this earth. He lives on through his parents, sister, and niece, who are blessed to have known a man as loving as him, as well as his friends, who remember him as the great man he was.